Alright, this is 3rd grade, Unit 4, Part 2 of the Mid-Chapter Review. So we're on problem 14. Lori saw 6 lightning bugs. They each had 6 legs. How many legs did the lightning bugs have in all? So we have how many did they have in all? We have 6, and those 6, that 6, the unit is lightning bugs, and this 6, the unit is legs. So we're working in the problem. 6 times 6 equals the number that we have in all. I'm just going to use an N for the unknown number there. And if you know your 6 multiplication facts, that is fabulous, and you can solve it just by knowing that fact. It's a double multiplication fact there, a squared number. Or if you didn't, you could break one of the 6's apart, and maybe you said 6 times, and maybe you wanted to do 4 plus 2, and you wanted to do it that way. And you could say 6 times 4 plus the answer to 6 times 2, if you weren't quite sure. And 6 times 4, I'm going to go up here. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 6 times 2, which is 12, and the answer is 36. Or if you've been practicing those multiplication facts, you know that 6 times 6 is 36. So the question says, how many legs did the lightning bugs have in all? I like to write in complete sentences. The lightning bugs, spell it right there, lightning bugs have 36 legs in all. It might be that your teacher just lets you say 36 legs. But I like to have my students write in complete sentences. Alright, let's look at problem number 15. Zach walked his dog twice a day for 7 days. Moore walked her dog 3 times a day for 5 days. Whose dog was walked more times? That's one question. And then how many more? So we have whose dog was walked more, and then how many more? So we're going to have 2 steps to this problem. So let's look and see what information we need to have to solve it. Zach walked his dog twice a day. Oh, that's not a number, is it? But we know that twice is number 2. Twice a day. And for how many days did he do that? He did that 7 days. And then Moore walked her dog 3 times a day. There's another number hidden as a word there. Number 3 times. And for 5 days. And when we want to know how many more, whose dog walked more times and how many more. So we're going to do a subtraction problem there. So it's a good idea and good practice for when you get into algebra in upper grades. So we're gonna actually label our work. Zach 2 times a day for 7 days, and 2 times 7 is 14. You can use your doubles fact of 7 plus 7 there if you needed to. Maura 3 times a day for 5 days, and that 3 times 5 is 15. So whose dog walked more? Well, we know that 15 is greater than 14, so Maura's dog walked more. More times, and you can also, we have that's only part of it though. We have 2 steps here. How many more? Well, I don't really think we need to write the problem down, but we can just so we know that we're showing our thinking. So 15 subtract 14 is 1. And we could even put that in the same sentence. Maura's dog walked 1 more time than Zach's dog, if we wanted to. Or we can just say how many more times Maura's dog walked 1 more time. And you can say than Zach's dog, period. So there is problem number 15. Show all your work. Write in complete sentences. Good practice. Label what your work too, so that you know that this is Zach's dog and this is Moore's. Problem number 16. Annette buys 4 boxes of pencils. There are 8 pencils in each box. Jordan buys 3 boxes of pencils with 10 pencils in each box. Who buys more pencils and how do you know? So let's look at this problem. It's a similar problem to the one we just did, but this time we have boxes of pencils. So we want to know who buys more and how many more. So let's see if we can set this up in just one equation rather than doing multiple equations here. We can try that. Annette buys 4 boxes. There are 8 pencils in each box. So this is Annette. Is 4 times 8. And then Jordan buys 3 boxes of pencils with 10 pencils in each box. So we have 3 times 10. Which one do you think is going to be greater? So let's go ahead and solve this problem, and I'm going to say 4 times 8 minus 3 times 10. Because I know that 4 times 8 is 32, and 3 times 10 is 30. That's quick to do in my head, right? And so 4 times 8 is 32, and all of this I'm going to put in for the unknown number. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 minus 30 is 2. So now I can write just one complete sentence there. If I did not know that 4 times 8 is 32, I do know that 4 times 10 is 40, and I just need to take 40 and subtract 2 4s, because this was 2 more 4s than I needed, so subtract 8 and I get 32 that way. Just another strategy if you were struggling with that multiplication fact. So let's answer our question. Who buys more pencils? Who bought more pencils? Annette bought more pencils. And how many more did she buy? She bought 2 more. So let's just put that all in one sentence. Annette bought 2 more pencils than Jordan. Annette bought 2 more pencils than Jordan. And that's our answer. Notice that the question didn't ask us how many pencils Annette bought or how many Jordan, but the final question after who buys more was how many more. So you had to do all the steps. Label your work and show all your work. Shelley can paint. Question number 17. Shelley can paint 4 pictures in a day. How many pictures can she paint in 7 days? So how many pictures can she paint in 7 days? So 4 pictures and 7 days are the information we need. The multiplication fact is 4 times 7. I'm going to put equals in, and I'm pretending that you don't have them all memorized, okay? So if I wanted to solve this using the distributive property, I could decompose that 7. 4 times 7. I can decompose the 7. Maybe I know 5 plus 2 better. So I can say 4 times 5 plus the answer to 4 times 2. And I get 4 times 5 is 20, and 4 times 2 is 8, and so my answer is 28. How many pictures can she paint? She refers back to Shelley, so Shelley can paint 28 pictures. Okay, if your teacher lets you just label the answer, you could put 28 pictures. There you go. That is part 2 of the mid-chapter review, mid-chapter checkpoint for 3rd grade, Unit 4.